So for our business ethics presentation, we decided to look into the Astros stealing signs in the MLB that came out a couple years ago for the World Series against the Dodgers. And I'm Josh.
I'm Carly.
I'm Jacoby.
And I'm Ryan.
So did the Astros violate the traditional rules of baseball? And if so, how? So we hypothesized that they did violate the traditional rules of baseball by creating a device that allows them to steal signs, which gives them an advantage. And they did this in the World Series, which is a really big as well because that is the championship of it. And so right in that bottom right, there's a picture of the technology that's kind of strapped to the player from the Astros.
The history of cheating. Baseball is a very traditional sport. It's had the same rules since the beginning. Even objects such as Vaseline is banned. Stealing signs is frowned upon, so creating a device just to steal signs is way worse. Even licking your fingers to get a better grip is illegal. If you put too much pine tar on the bat and if it's too thick, it's illegal. And obviously, performance enhancing drugs such as steroids are illegal.
All right. So the cheating occurred during the 2017 and partially during the 2018 season, about halfway through. The cheating was believed to have been planned as early as 2016. So this was a long time coming that the Astros pretty much knew what they were doing. The whole organization, from players to coaches to managers, kind of knew what was going on, knew that baseball was obviously a very traditional sport and that they were violating that. Some of the technology they used were buzzers, an audio signaling device like a mini radio, TV feeds, dugout monitors, a massage gun, which was used to signal the batter. And then they would also couple that with whistling and banging against the trash can. So basically how they would all use or incorporate all these technology into cheating, there was a TV feed that focused on the catcher, and that TV feed connected to a dugout monitor. And once the catcher would put down a sign, someone from the dugout would look at the TV screen, would see the catcher's sign, and then would proceed to bang against the trash can. I think 2 bangs meant a curveball. If he didn't bang at all, it was a fastball, something like that. They would also whistle or even use the massage gun, which is, if you see on the screen, it's this upper right, the picture in the upper right. And then they also had buzzers or mini radios. Josh kind of already talked about it, but it was something that was strapped to a hitter's chest, and they could essentially hear what sign or what pitch they were being given. And the buzzer looked like there's a little picture on the bottom right there, the little 2 wires sticking out. But yeah, that was the technology they used. Here's video of Jose Altuve after hitting a home run. He proceeded to kind of hide his shirt and tell his teammates, like, no, don't take off my shirt. There's a radio. And here's the video. Yeah, right there, he's like, no, don't take off my shirt, because he was probably hiding the little radio. So yeah.
So the violation that we are going to discuss was that. And so they created a new technology that gave them an unfair advantage. And as we said earlier, baseball is a very traditional sort of sport, and like the rules are very, very old school. So like, for example, putting pine tar in the bat, there you can only have it up a certain length before it's considered like a violation. So to create this technology was one thing, but the next thing that they did like kind of like violated the ethical and moral sort of dilemma that we're going through here is that they hid it from the rest of the league, and they used it in the World Series without telling the league. I think even if they told the league, though, it would still be banned because it does give them an extremely unfair advantage against the other team and like this hitter and pitcher relationship that's supposed to be going on. And so this is actually a direct violation of Rule 310 of the MLB official rules of 2017. And this states that there can't be tangible referencing system on the playing field, and this clearly breaks that rule.
So how this correlates to the text is the definition of ethics is a code of moral principles that sets standards of conduct for what is good as opposed to what is bad. And clearly in this case, the Astros violated the code of ethics, which are the values and ethical principles that are expected to be displayed by the baseball players. And this small decision made by Jeff Leno and AJ Hinch, who are the managers, turned into this large dilemma, which is just an example of how the book states that ethics failures get more publicity than the good happening in a business. And clearly, the managers were immoral because they chose to seek personal gain, and their personal behavior was influenced by their character. So this is unethical because they did not think about how, or they didn't think about the negative effects that it would have on the opponents or the fans. And then they resolved the issue by suspending the both managers, Jeff Leno and AJ Hinch. And then shortly after that, they were fired by Astros owner Jim Crane, and they were fined $1 million and forced to forfeit their first and second round draft picks for 2 years. And the Dodger fans are planning to sue the MLB for money spent going to the games. And the LA Council also demanded the 2017 and 2018 World Series titles to the Dodgers.
Update to present. The Astros are currently the most hated team, and they are shunned by many fans. The Astros hitters have been getting thrown at, also known as hit by pitch, a lot more than usual. For example, Joe Kelly, a reliever for the Dodgers, was suspended for 8 games for fighting with the Astros. He threw at one of the players, Alex Bregman, which started a lot of like issues and started the teams to like start having beef right there. And then a few batters later, he struck one of the batters out and started mocking them, causing all the benches to clear. And during spring training, the Braves played the song "The Sign" when the Astros were taking batting practice to mock them. And also fans have been mocking the Astros all around by hitting garbage cans while they've been taking batting practice. And these are our references.
Awesome. And that's our presentation. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.